been so long.
I know it has been.
Girl. Anyway, hey everybody. Welcome to another week of Case Files with Kat
And Ashley.
Let me just tell y'all.
You're going to say something?
I listen, it's been a week. So Ashley had posted on our Facebook page that we needed to take a mental health week. But if I needed to take mental health care, I would have not been here this week. Probably not next week. Probably I just wouldn't.
Look, I said personal reasons. Okay?
Personal reasons. Well, I know that there's a lot of people that like to send out the love and the light. I'll take it. My mom just got diagnosed with cancer.
That was not me. I'm sorry. That was the cat.
That was Louie. She just got diagnosed with cancer, and we don't know how serious it is yet, but it seems pretty serious. So we're going through the initial motions of that. So yeah, I didn't sleep a whole lot. I have a UTI now because I wasn't drinking water enough, and just, I ate some fast food probably 3 times last week.
All the fun things.
All the fun things. So,
my life is just a mess, always and forever.
Just like,
yeah,
always and
nothing
forever.
in particular.
Yeah, I'm like going through the motions, but I'm starting to feel the feels. But I think that the feels are more like just overwhelming stress and worry, and too much happening at the same time.
Yeah.
And end of year at work, trying to make sure I hit my fundraising goal and all of the things put together. And I think I'm just one day at a time, one day, one task at a time. Is there somebody behind me?
Not at the moment.
I'm going to tell a scary story. You're already scaring me.
I can't help it that other people live in our studio, okay? You would think that this was like a house or something.
You would think. But your eyes darted. I was like, ooh, what? Anyway, so see, that was...
The wizard had made a present.
You shall not pass. Okay, so I didn't do a question of the week because I just suck. And
you don't suck.
And
it's hard to come up with question of the weeks that are not something we've already done.
That, and I just didn't have the will to do it.
I was trying to be positive, Kat. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. And then you have to go.
Nope, I'm just
bad at this job.
I literally, there were so many moments in the last week that it was like, hey, Kat, did you get that done? I sure didn't. Not even close. I will do my best to get that done right now. And it was just so much driving and shuttling, from our little area into the med center and back, and still trying to be a mom and trick or treat with the kids and not lose my shit. So thanks, listeners. She
sounded really angry, but I think she was genuinely thanking you guys.
No, I am. Thanks. Sorry, you're still having to hear me talk about it, but yeah. So how else should I start the show? I don't have a question of the week. I am drinking a beer.
Yes, talk about that.
And it's called Mama Tried.
Oh. I feel like there should be a violin playing right now. I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding. Except unless the wizard can insert that. Otherwise, I'm just kidding.
Thank you. So it's called Mama Tried, which is a Willie Nelson song. So Mama Tried. It's a Citra IPA from the Brazos Valley Brewing Company. This is an old favorite of mine.
I love the can.
I know. I mean, it kind of looks like it's Willie Nelson. I think she's blowing the smoke off of a revolver. I thought it was her blowing out pot smoke.
I mean, either way, it looks cool from over here.
But yep, it's a revolver. Anyway, so you're not drinking anything?
No, because I feel like I haven't slept in 25 days.
This is what I feel like.
And so I feel like if I drank, I would be sleeping at the studio. Halfway through, you'd be throwing something at my head.
Louie's here to keep you
Keep me
occupied.
on my toes. Take my place if I fall asleep or get fired from the podcast. I know. He's like, I'm just waiting.
I know. Sometimes when I listen to our episodes, I can hear him meow. Anywho. So I didn't want to talk about a serial killer this week. Shocker.
Yeah.
Right? Are there pigs flying?
Maybe.
No, but I don't know. I got a bee in my bonnet. This is the thing I Googled. What is the most haunted hotel in New York?
Oh.
And I thought it would be in New York City. Nay. It is not. And then I got really confused because it's called the Shanley Hotel.
Yeah. I was like, when you asked me,
Wait,
I was like,
what?
I mean, I've done the Stanley Hotel.
Did you misspell the Stanley Hotel?
I was like, look, I know you're under a lot of pressure here, Kat, but
spell
I
check.
think it's Stanley.
No, it is the Shanley Hotel with an H. And so because I've had such a shit week, I decided, like, what better way to tell the story than to use their words. So this is literally off of their website, which is badass. And so if you guys are ever in New York State, it is, I'm not even going to try to tell you how many hours or how long it is away from New York City. It doesn't seem that far. Maybe 2 hours. Oh. It doesn't, like, on the map, it doesn't look like it's that far. But it could, what do I know? What do I know? So let me tell you a little bit about the Shanley, and then I'm going to give you, nope, I'm not even going to give it away right now. Let me just tell you about the Shanley Hotel. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is from their website. Thank you to whoever wrote this. Nestled in the foothills of the Shangam Mountains. I'm going to stop right there because I had to look this up on how to pronounce it like a New Yorker. That was one of the pronunciations they gave me. It is spelled, however, S-H-A-W, Shaw, A-N-1, G-U-N-K, Gunk, Shawanagunk. They said no.
So glad this is your story.
I know.
Because I would have looked it up.
Shungam. That's how they said to pronounce it. Okay, so the Shangam Mountains is the small town of Napanoch, New York. Within its quiet streets, it holds a treasure for both the weary traveler and the paranormal enthusiast, the haunted Shanley Hotel. Oh. The historic bed and breakfast has boasted several famous guests as well as a few infamous ones that used to patron the Gentlemen's Club and Bordello. That was like just for gentlemen. A few of those guests have never left and still linger in the corridors waiting to greet newcomers and welcome returning guests. Already. So here's the history of the hotel. In 1845, Thomas Rich was the first to start building this hotel. And he erected the Riches Motel on Main Street. And it's like R-I-T-C-H on Main Street. Napanoch is a cute little, it is a cute little town. Where this particular hotel is located, it does not, I did not see a high rise. It is like one of those just small town Main Street, little storefronts, very, very cute. So I can't imagine what it looked like back then, probably even sparser, but it doesn't look like a crowded little town. But it's a nice little vacation destination, and it's obviously, if you are not into the larger cities, this is where you would live. Due to the convenience of the railroad, many a traveler came to rest his head there. The Thomas Rich Hotel claimed in a local newspaper to be, quote, one of the area's best with fine food and new furnishings. All right. Even after he sold the hotel in 1851, the newly named Hungerford's Hotel continued to purport the property as, quote, one of the most beautiful and, commodious public houses to be found in any section of the country.
That was a really fancy word.
That really was that's actually, I don't even know what that word means, but sounds like accommodating to me. I don't know. So Mr. Hungerford catered to the same clientele as Mr. Rich, including the Gentlemen's Club, which boasted of like very exclusive, distinguished membership, right? So it's like you had to be rich to be a member, I guess. And so this was like so he kept the same business model as Mr. Rich. The hotel changed hands a few times, but in 1887, Adolf Wagner became the new landlord. 8 years later, on March 18th, 1895, a nearby home in Napanoch caught fire. The fire quickly spread, leaving ruin in its wake. The Shanley Hotel was not spared the damage and was tragically burned to the ground. Mr. Wagner would not see his investment go to waste, so he quickly rebuilt, and the hotel was back in business by November of the same year. This was in 1895. Oh. They can't get shit built now.
I know.
So I don't know how many building codes weren't followed, or like that just seems incredibly quick.
Were there building codes?
Oh, I don't know. There had something. I don't know. Maybe not. The most notable owner, and for whom the hotel is still named, was James Shanley. When his family immigrated to New York from Ireland, James and his brothers found success in opening restaurants and hotels across the country. He moved upstate and discovered the beauty of the hotel and the town of Napanoch. He purchased the hotel for his own on October 1st, 1906. Mr. Shanley gave it his own touch by adding a bowling alley, a billiard room, and even a barbershop.
Damn, that's fancy, I would think, for back then.
Dude,
that's fancy for now.
When you see the photos, you're like, where did that stuff go? It's not like the Waldorf Astoria. It's not huge. I'm telling you, it's 3 stories. It's not, I don't know where they put it.
Yeah.
James's success brought prestige to the community, but it wasn't simply his ability to produce revenue that made the people of Napanoch love him. He was a good man with a kind heart and an outgoing personality. People were naturally drawn to this guy, all right? Including the lovely Beatrice Rowley. The two were married at the Shanley Hotel on April 26, 1910, and took off for the nation's capital to enjoy their honeymoon. When the newlyweds returned from Washington, D.C., they were met by not only a parade welcoming them home, and they were popular, but also a skimmerton. I did not know what a skimmerton was. I don't know if you've ever heard that word either. This is all brand new things. The skimmerton party typically included most anything that makes loud noise, from cowbells to clanging pots. Not chamber pots, clanging pots.
I was going to say,
that's gross. And the young men of the community would gather at the new home of the bride and groom and continue to make noise until either the bride and groom invited them inside the house or they threw salt at them to make them leave, like leeches. I don't know. Like salt,
weird tradition.
Salt. I wonder where that started. Or invite them in. Which you're like, whoa. It's time for sexy time.
Yeah.
You're not coming in here. Anyway, yeah. So either come in or throw salt at them.
Can I just start throwing salt at random people? Will that still work?
I would love it. I want video.
Okay. So I was just curious if that was still like a thing. I could just throw salt at people and they would go away.
Oh my God. Somebody do it. Do we have any listeners in Ireland? Does this tradition come from you? Can you verify? Oh my God. I think that's such a funny thing. I think you should absolutely do it.
Just carry around a bag of salt in my purse. Probably get arrested. People think it's cocaine.
Put it on the ring.
Sorry, I got so distracted, but I was just curious.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So it was a grand celebration that night that would signal a grand future for the young couple. That is, until tragedy after tragedy befell the family. I know. So much hope. So much hope. So even through the hardships, Beatrice and James Shanley entertained and welcomed everyone to the Shanley Hotel. They were known for their card and domino tournaments, as well as hosting elaborate parties and events. Mrs. Shanley was quite famous for her high teas and social card parties. She may have lived in a small town, but she still wore decadent jewelry and was on the cutting edge of fashion. Get it, girl, get it. Her hotel was a reflection of her knack for style, with Victorian beds with sheets of satin and silk. I've slept on that. It's like you just slide everywhere. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, to me, this sounds like better than 99% of the hotels I've ever been to.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I just like,
but I sleep at like Red Roof Inns. You know what I'm saying? So like, my bar for shit's not very high.
So perhaps this is why they had notable guests such as Thomas Edison and Eleanor Roosevelt. Oh, you're so fancy. It was high class. But it was more likely because the Shanleys were such an engaging pair that people wanted to be their dear friends. The couple even attended the inaugural ball for President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Eleanor and Beatrice were quite good friends, so the soon-to-be First Lady made the arrangements, and she was a frequent visitor to the Shanley Hotel. That's really cool. Beatrice loved children and dreamed of having a large family with her beloved James. On January 6, 1912, she gave birth to their first daughter, Kathleen. The poor soul only lived a little shy of 6 months. She would go on to give birth to 2 more children, James Shanley Jr., who lived 4.5 months, and William Shanley, who died at a little over 9 months.
Oh my gosh.
Her broken heart can still be felt within the walls of the haunted Shanley Hotel. Many guests have witnessed a woman in period dress wandering through the hallways. She was also known for her fragrant perfume, and several people have suddenly smelled a glorious scent that many believe to be Mrs. Shanley nearby. Is she still looking for her children, or perhaps she is still mourning the loss of her sister? Esther and John Fogman lived in the adjoining apartment of Beatrice and James. Beatrice was very close with her sister Esther, who was a notable beauty with a kind heart. As much as Esther loved her sister, she dearly missed her friends and family she had left behind in New York City. It is said that every day she would wait beside the mahogany telephone booth, waiting for her friends to ring from back home. Esther met a sudden end at the hands of the flu in 1918. That's sad, leaving her grief-stricken sister to raise her 2 little girls. So sad. Tragedy was not limited to the Shanley family. The barber, Pete Gregor, whom James had hired, lived in the Shanley Hotel with his family. His youngest daughter, Rosie, was only 3 years old when she met her horrible demise. The little girl had wandered across the road to the Hornbeak farm, where she lifted a wooden slab to peer into the covered well. People didn't lock that stuff up? Man. Losing her balance, Rosie toppled into the well, striking her head upon the rocks as she fell.
Oh my gosh.
Her body was found nearly 2 hours later, leaving her broken-hearted father with a difficult decision. He came to the conclusion that he could no longer live at the site of the tragic accident. So he gathered his wife and remaining daughter and returned to Brooklyn. That's just so sad. 4 children lost living there.
Did it say what the other children died? They just, are you going to get like
No.
Okay.
No. Many people have seen the apparition of the little girl and have heard her speaking to them from the shadows of the hallways. Is she confused, or does she just want to play a friendly game of hide and seek? No thanks. Rosie, I love ya. No. I mean, could you imagine? That would just...
I feel like a ghost would always win at hide and seek.
Like, of course a ghost would. I know. Cheater, pumpkin eater. Yeah. So in September of 1915, another tragic moment occurred for a nearby family. Dr. Walter Nelson Thayer Jr. was backing his car out of the alley and ran between his home and the hotel. His 5-year-old son, Walter Nelson Thayer III, jumped onto the running board only to fall off again. The car backed over him and he suffered severe head injuries but did not die from the incident. For years, many believed that the boy was the spirit affectionately called Jonathan that plays in the attic. If he wasn't the victim of the car accident, who is this little boy? So there's a spirit in the attic.
Oh my God, all of these children.
A spirit that decided the Shanley was a nice home filled with nice spirits and guests, perhaps. Lots of kids. After young Rosie's death and her family left the Shanley Hotel, the attempt to legislate morality became the norm for the Congress of the United States. When they issued the 18th Amendment prohibiting the transportation and sale of alcohol in the United States, several establishments found ways to flout the audacity of the law. James was not immune to the desire to please his clientele. What was once the Gregor apartment became an active bordello with ladies there to meet the every pleasure of those who frequented the speakeasy/gentleman's club. One might wonder how these pleasures of the flesh would have been given countenance by Beatrice. No one knows for sure, but we do know that the hotel had been conducting similar business since its inception as the Rich Hotel. We also know that James was actively involved with John Powers, a known liquor bootlegger. The two kept the illegal sweet nectar hidden beneath the bar through a trap door. A raid was conducted on the Shanley Hotel on February 26, 1932, which led to the confiscation of the alcohol and the arrest of John Powers and James Shanley. Although both were arraigned in federal court, neither did time. It's possible that they were given a fine, but let's always remember the close connection that Beatrice and James had with President Roosevelt and his wife. Friends in high places.
Yes.
Friends in the highest places.
About who you know.
Sometimes it comes in handy having friends in high places. Many believe that John Powers never left the Shanley and continues to lurk in the darkened corners. Maybe he's looking for that lucrative booze that was confiscated. James passed away in 1937 after suffering a massive heart attack. The community was heartbroken and expressed their sorrow through letters and flowers. Eleanor Roosevelt sent a letter to Beatrice expressing her sorrow that she had not known of his death in time to make the funeral. Beatrice sold the Shanley Hotel to Allen H. Hazen, who ran the hotel until his death in 1971. Under his management, the Silent Room gained its moniker. The story that has been shared is that if Al had encountered too many spirits, the kind that requires imbibing, the staff and guests would tiptoe around as he slept it off in the Silent Room. There's a silent room.
I need a silent room.
Don't we all need a silent room? Throughout the next few decades, the Shanley changed ownership and even served the community as a tavern, the James Shanley Tap Room. In 1991, it closed its doors and was abandoned for over 10 years until a man with a vision and a heart of gold decided to take on the challenge of restoring and building it back to its former glory. In 2005, Salvatore Nicosia bought the Shanley unaware of the spirits residing within its desolate walls. It did not take long for the spirits to make themselves known to Sal, as they saw his efforts as a labor of love befitting of the noble history of the hotel. I love that.
I love that, but also if I'm buying something, I'm definitely checking to see how many people died there first. If I saw like 25,000 children died here, I'm probably not
really you
gonna
would
buy it.
Because you would be like at night. You'd be like, God damn it.
Like I would have to have the silent room all of the time. Like I wouldn't leave if there was just children ghosts running around everywhere. That's creepy.
So
I think children ghosts are the creepiest kind.
I mean, I don't want to see like a little ball roll across the hallway. Yeah, that's crazy. So, so does that mean a trip to the Shanley? Let me get to that. From 2007 until his death in July of 2016, Sal poured his heart into the building, bringing it back to life and giving both guests and the spirits a second home. Now that the haunted Shanley Hotel has reopened, maybe you'll have the opportunity to catch a glimpse of Beatrice, James, Rosie, John, Joe, Jonathan, or several other spirits that still linger in the corridors and rooms waiting to make you feel right at home. So July of 2016, July 5th, Sal dies. Then in 2017, in December, the hotel was condemned and closed after a time of mixed reviews and poor management. So someone between Sal and the current owners basically ran it into the ground. So it didn't stay open. But then in 2018, it got put back up onto the market for sale, and somebody bought it. So the person that bought it was actually someone who gave for free ghost tours all the time at the Shanley. And she did it because she loved it and loved that hotel, loved giving nightly tours. She did it for nothing, not even like gas money. Oh. And yeah. And so when she bought it, it was also like Sal, a labor of love. Like she loved that hotel, and she's had all kinds of crazy experiences. So I will get a little bit into that. So this comes from an article from roadtrippers.com, and it's by Alexandra Sheraton, maybe. The Shanley Hotel has more than embraced its spooky reputation. Now officially called the Haunted Shanley Hotel, they offer private investigations, provide a list of the most haunted rooms, and share evidence in the form of videos and electronic voice phenomenon recordings, EVP recordings. A stained glass window above the entrance declares, "The spirits are in." Oh. INN.
Oh, I love it.
So cute. In addition to the continental breakfast, my overnight stay includes a 5-hour staff-led paranormal investigation from 8 p.m. until 1 a.m., followed by free time to investigate at my leisure. They provide equipment, flashlights, K2 EMF meters, vibration balls, temperature sensors, frequency scanners, and encourage guests to bring their own. Now, the best thing about this hotel, obviously, I'm using my hands now. The best thing is obviously that they give these ghost tours every single night.
Yes.
So if you're staying there, the rule is, though, that you have to keep your door open until 1 a.m.
No thanks. Not at all. I can't even stay up till 1 a.m.
If you're talking to ghosts, you're going to stay up till 1 a.m.
Every night, you have to keep your door open till 1 a.m.
Are you going to stay there more than one night?
Oh, I don't know.
If a little kid comes tapping on your leg,
listen,
are you going to stay?
If a little kid comes tapping on my leg, I'm not even staying one night.
So see, don't get upset. I just scared myself.
Are you okay?
My computer's doing stuff all by itself, y'all. I just got the scariest thing on my computer.
What?
Stop it.
What is it?
It was a picture that I sent to you. Did you get my for tonight email? Oh my God. I just really got scared, y'all.
I did not get an email.
Okay, so then I didn't hit send, but it's in that email.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you right now. Oh my God, I'm really scared. Okay.
I didn't get the email.
Look, I'm scaring myself. This is why I don't do scary stories, y'all. Okay. So the best thing about the hotel is, yes, the ghost tours. But for me, it is the website, because shout out to the history. Yeah. Woo. They give an awesome rundown of the history. I appreciate that. So the second best thing is that there's a whole page with evidence. Tons and tons of evidence. It's amazing. Since our lovely podcast audience cannot see the first bit of evidence, I'm going to have Ashley come over, and she is going to watch it. So all you're going to be able to...
I'm really, really old, so it takes me forever.
Go, slowly. I should have given you a cue. So we're going to watch something here. And it's my favorite video, and it's the best. It's the best. You already read it.
No, I didn't.
It's the best evidence video because it's a cat.
Did you just say it's a cat?
It's a cat.
And I had a cat for close to 13, 14 years. And
That's
when I had lived in the other house, I used to let the cat out at night, and the cat would come back during the day. But when I moved into the hotel, the cat refused to go out. And I couldn't get the cat to come into my apartment. For some reason, the cat wouldn't come into that room. And the minute I bring it into the room, she'd take right out the door. So I started feeding her outside in the hallway. And she would roam the building. Then after a while, she started going up to the 3rd floor. And she would come down to the 2nd floor, she would eat, and she'd go back up to the 3rd floor. Then after a couple of months, she refused to come down off the 3rd floor. And she would stay in Claire's room. And we picked up an EVP one night of Claire saying that it was her cat.
Do you see the little cat butt?
I saw it.
That is straight up a cat butt. What? You see the tail and the little legs?
Yes.
But it's like there's really nothing there.
That looks like a real cat, first of all. Secondly, I was not expecting the hotel to look like a house, like a quaint house.
That's what I'm telling you. How did a bowling alley, bordello, barbershop,
Sorry, I'm trying to get my...
barbershop, that was not a real cat. There is no front of the body. There's no legs.
Yeah.
There were no legs.
It was just the cat butt, which makes it even weirder.
Just the cat butt with the tail. And like half of its back.
I agree. I don't understand how there was a bowling alley and a million other things. And B, honestly, guys, when you see pictures of this house, it literally just looks like a house in the country. It looks like a quaint little place. But also, that wallpaper on the hallway is
nothing
scary, in itself.
Paisleys, y'all. Paisleys everywhere. But I will get to the reviews later. But y'all, everyone raves about this place. Like I think they might have gotten one bad review, and it like everyone's comfortable. The beds are great. Like people really talk about how. What was that?
Your door.
People really do talk about like how comfortable the whole thing is, and then like it's strange, and then how many experiences they have.
Crawling across the floor, just scooting around. I don't know what it does when you're just half a cat.
I mean,
I'm not staying.
So
that's scarier than a child. I'm sorry.
I would be like, oh, kitty, 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 kitty. So the manager of the hotel, Kim Vital, maybe Vital. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. The author continues. Nothing is faked or staged here. She says, there's no need to fake anything. If the ghosts and spirits want to come out and speak, we're happy. We'll get just as excited as you do. We don't rig anything. And when the owner currently, these are two people who would come out for free and do these tours for free.
Yeah.
And for years. For no money. I don't know. Doing things for no money. I do that all the time. But like, why make it up? Yeah. It didn't serve them then. Why would they do it now? It was just as haunted.
I mean, that video very clearly shows.
I mean, you thought it was a real cat without a body.
Well, I mean, I just saw the tail, so I didn't really pay attention to the fact that there was
no body.
There was a real cat. Sorry.
Oh, is there a child trying to listen?
I mean, I don't know. It was a cat.
I don't know. God damn it.
It was a real. I mean, I assumed it was a real cat in your house.
I mean, there is a real cat in my house. Now I'm scared. God, dang
You
it.
scared yourself so
I know.
much.
I do. I'm scared. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
So there are a few ground rules, and they're simple. No weapons or alcohol are allowed on the premises. Guests should talk in a normal voice. Whispering may be mistaken for an EVP. Take photos with a flash and in threes and record everything.
Interesting.
Those are the rules. Don't mess it up. Talk in your full voice. No whispering. It's okay to be a skeptic and a non-believer, but I just ask that you keep an open mind, Vital says. So the best thing about this hotel, obviously, website is, like, obviously besides the ghost tours, is the website, because there just really is so much awesome stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to play some of the EVPs that other people captured, electronic voice phenomenon, that other people captured while on their ghost tours. And they have a ghost tour every single night. So there's just a lot of there's a lot of evidence, but this is the stuff just on their website. So the quote that the ghost is saying here is, "Hear me, Allie." Allie. Hear me, Allie.
I was gone the other way.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Hear me, Allie. That one. Do you want to play it again for the listeners at home?
Yes.
I was gone the other way.
Sounds like it's saying "hear me out." I don't hear Allie. I hear "hear me
Sure.
out," which is
But
still creepy all the
It's
time.
just, I mean, there's just somebody else talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is called guest playing a piano, but you're going to hear a whistle while the guest is playing the piano. Want me to play it again?
That's so weird.
Could you hear it?
Yeah.
It's like someone whistling along with his
Yeah.
notes. This one says cell block 7, but it's a little bit harder to hear, so listen close.
Where did you work again?
It's really hard to
I
hear.
didn't hear anything.
Listen, like, right. Could you kind of hear that?
Kind of. I have like really bad hearing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I kind of hear it.
It's so faint. You can go onto their website, thehauntedShanleyHotel.com/evidence.
Why is he saying cell block 7 if it's not like it's not a jail or anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. Like, I mean, I'm just saying that's a random thing too.
Random. Oh, maybe it's just a random ghost.
What was your occupation?
Did you hear that? What was your occupation? And he says cell block 7. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Could you hear that?
Yeah.
So the spirit says, we said Vincent, and this is through the Phasma box. We said Vincent.
What's their names? Do you know? Did that just say Vincent?
So spirit 1 said, we don't fucking know. Next one says Vincent. And then the last one says,
These aren't people. These sound like actual people. You know what I mean?
This is like
people standing there.
This is like the Phasma box.
Yeah, I thought that was someone talking, like an actual
No,
person.
first it's
Okay.
we don't fucking know, Vincent, and then we said Vincent, and the way that it's like has like an attitude, right? Okay, so listen again.
What's their names?
right there it says really, really quietly, I don't fucking know. And then,
Do you know? Did that just say Vincent?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Weird.
and Kelly is the owner. Says, are you mad that we didn't come down last night? And the spirit says, fuck you.
Are you mad that we didn't come down last night?
No. Fuck you.
I thought these were supposed to be friendly.
Are you
ghosts.
mad that we didn't come down last night?
Some of them are nice. Some of them are not. Kelly says that there's anywhere around 35, 36 spirits.
Oh, I want to go.
Oh, I'm sorry. This one is saying get out of my face. And this is an EVP. So this is not the Phasma box. Could you hear that?
That's crazy.
Get out of my face right at the end there.
I feel like these are my kind of ghosts.
I mean, that's really clear.
I feel like these are all pretty clear. Like the whole time I thought a lot of these were like people in the room talking,
I mean,
trying to get them to speak.
right. So some of them are, I mean, the questions are,
Who's with us? It's Frank.
That's Frank.
it's the
Uh-uh.
Phasma.
It's Frank.
Frank. Oh. How did you die?
A gunshot. Oh my.
Oh my God. You heard that? Gunshot. Oh, I have chills.
I was
A gunshot. Who killed you? In the pub.
And that was an Irish accent
Yep.
on that.
I didn't even notice that.
A gunshot. Who killed you? In the pub.
And the pub.
And that was an Irish accent
Yep.
on that.
Ooh, I just got chills. Y'all, I just got chills. Sorry.
Can I say that if I was a spirit in this hotel, I would be so annoyed that people were asking me questions every single night in the afterlife.
But I don't know that I don't know.
I would be that one spirit that said, "Get out of my face."
Well,
I
get the fuck out
would
of
throw
my face.
salt at the people.
Okay, so this is Rosie. This is Rosie. And she says, I want cake too. Okay. Who wants cake?
I do. I'll never forget your beach. Who would?
Oh my god! No,
Ugh.
no.
Okay,
no.
let's play that again for everybody. Okay. Who wants cake?
I do. I do. I'll never forget your beach. Who would?
No thanks.
Oh my god. Just there's another cat apparition, there's one where it's, I don't remember what they're called, but it's like the little dots with the lines and you can kind of see the, like a stick figure in the video. Ghost hunters or ghost adventurers use that a lot.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know
I don't remember what it's called, but there's one of Rosie and like, hey Rosie, can you wave for me, baby? And then she
Yeah.
waves. This is another Rosie.
That's Tippy going off.
Thank you. You like the doggy?
This is really neat. This never happens. None of this is coming.
Let me stop right there and say there's a little toy dog that blinks a blue light like in its nose or in its mouth.
Yeah.
And so I think you have to make it blink for it to do that, and no one's touching it.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just blinking in the dark, this dog
Yeah.
with this blue light.
Oh my gracious.
Thank you for coming to play.
Now you saw over there, it didn't make a sound.
No, yeah.
Rosie!
Rosie, you're really liking this, aren't you? We're glad you're here, Rosie.
Okay, can you stop for a moment, please, Rosie?
Okay, I'm getting a headache now. That blue light is really
That's really funny.
Did Rosie ever have a dog?
We don't.
Rosie was only, 3 years old, right?
Yeah, she was 3. I've never seen this. This is a minute.
But I feel like everybody's ignoring this.
This is crazy.
Did you hear that?
Was that
This
her?
is crazy.
The mama, do you remember dog?
I've never seen this. This is a minute.
But I feel like everybody's ignoring this.
This is crazy.
Jenna.
That wasn't them. Want me to play that again?
We don't.
Rosie was only, 3 years old, right?
Yeah, she was 3. I've never seen this. This is a minute.
But I feel like everybody's ignoring
It sounds like an adult,
This is crazy.
Jenna.
but it's in Rosie's room. I'm Jacob. Yeah. I mean, it is. There's just a lot.
I could never have one of those boxes because I would be doing it everywhere I go and then just freaking myself out when I play it back and listen.
Oh, the Phasma box.
Yeah.
Those are these are EVP,
Well,
so they're
EVP
just.
or the like. I would just be out of curiosity, you know, just
Oh, God,
recording
no,
everywhere,
I would
and then I'd be
well,
like,
you have to
no.
record, but I wouldn't listen to it until I got home. Okay, here's it. This is an EVP that says it was murder. That was hard to understand.
I didn't hear it at all.
It was
Oh,
murder.
Yeah, right then.
Okay, this one's crazy. This is the okay, listen.
Hey, do you guys know what? Let me ask you, spirits. Do you know what today is? What holiday? What holiday is it? I heard
St. Valens.
It's such a weird sound. Like those don't sound like like voices, you know.
It sounds like someone's like in a cave.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like echoes and stuff. It's weird. I mean, I heard it. It's just weird.
Mr. and Mrs. Shanley, when is your anniversary? What month? April?
This one's really trippy.
Dancing. If he wanted you, he'd already had you.
I don't.
What was I doing in the morgue? What is this? Oh my God. Dancing. Dancing. He said dancing.
Dancing. He said dancing. And this says, "Happy birthday, Tracy." Kelly's saying, "Can you say happy birthday to Tracy?"
Can you say happy birthday to Tracy? And should we go to the basement? Can you say happy birthday to Tracy?
Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
And this is another happy birthday to Terry.
If anybody's here, can you say happy birthday to Terry?
Happy birthday.
If anybody's here, can you say happy birthday to Terry?
Are they the ones making the knocking sound? Like the people or the
people are making the dun 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 dun.
Oh, okay. I heard it at the end. Yeah.
Gunshot EVP.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh, is that the gunshot
That
that killed the guy in the pub? Oh my goodness.
That made me jump. And I've heard that before. I like literally jumped. Whoo. Anyway, there's tons of evidence. I mean, you can just go onto YouTube. I did go down the rabbit hole and watch. There's a couple of guys named Sam and Colby. They're apparently huge. They have like 8.1 million listeners.
We have that
subscribers. I mean, they're huge. But they brought along a relative, a cousin of Lizzie Borden. So his name is Seth Borden. And they go and they do the spend the night thing. They have the whole hotel to themselves, but they bring along a medium, Scotty the medium, and he shook his hand and he goes, man, when I met you, I don't know what's going on, but like you're the magnet, like this is and then he was like, well, what does that mean? And he was like, well, like you probably feel these spirits differently. You're probably going to feel like you need to throw up, you're going to get sick, you're not going to feel well. And he had already spent the night at the Shanley before the Sam and Colby team showed up.
Yeah.
And it was like a week or so before, just prior. And he said he had to actually leave because he felt like he was going to throw up. Like he he was like physically getting ill. And so Scotty, the medium, was like, you're, he's like, I don't know what, I shook your hand and I just knew in my gut, like they went in knots, you know, like he's like, he felt uncomfortable. And obviously like he's the cousin of Lizzie Borden, like, damn. Like, damn. But anyway, they're so excited about each of the things that they hear. You know, one of them feels like, dude, did you just blow on my neck? Like, these are just like young guys. So it's like, whoa, you know, they're just like, they're just cute as a button. And one of them was asked, he went up to the bordello area. And so he was there by himself and he was using the box. And it said for him to lay down. And so he lay down on the bed and a spirit touched his leg, like rubbed his leg, like he was a new client.
Well,
I know. I didn't even
that's
get through.
Different.
I didn't even get through like the whole thing, but
like a whole Paranormal Activity scene.
It's kind
like the movie.
I know, right? Like, ooh.
What was going on?
I didn't get to finish, but like their reaction to it was so funny because he was like, "Yeah." So this is Kelly talking to them. Hold on. Oh gosh.
It's stronger, so it's the LEDs.
And it's also getting colder.
It's getting way colder.
Crazy how that coincides, right?
68.3. It was just at 68.9.
Dude, it really is charging.
This is charging up. It's way going up fast.
And remember, your devices can't set that off because it's not EMF.
Dude.
It's static charge.
Now it's on red. Whoa!
TJ, are you down here?
Is there anything here that wants to talk to us?
How many spirits are down here with us?
Can we speak with the child down here, please?
Would you consider yourself good
They're fast
or
forwarding
evil?
to reach the
I
question.
think that was picking up a lot.
Whoa!
That was loud.
No.
But dude, what was that shout though? None of us shouted. Why did it make that?
Yes.
Leave.
Me. Or leave.
Me.
Oh.
Why can't we speak to the child here?
Are you hiding from us?
What's the child's name?
Are you pretending to be a child?
Do you want us to leave? Because we'll leave.
Are you hiding from us? Yes.
What's the child's name?
Jessica.
What's the child's name?
Jessica.
Do you want us to leave? Because we'll leave.
Yes, leave.
And it said,
Oh, dude, it's going to red. Did you not see
No, I did not.
Whoa.
That definitely got it on here. Holy fuck! Wait, look, there's
666.
Oh my god!
It
666.
is that red. Look, it's still going.
I'm
66.
north of 250
jumping and
pounds, and I can't really make it go off. That thing was moving.
They're so
All right, guys. So we are gonna go get some research from the owner, Kelly herself. We're going to what's called the bordello, which is another word for brothel, where they kept the prostitutes and like the prostitutes worked and all that good stuff. So this whole area was like illegal. If you like could give kind of a brief overview of where it is right now and who owns it, type of thing, who haunts it, that type of thing.
Well, we have last count over 36 spirits that we know of.
That you know of.
Yeah, some come and go. We have 4 porters in the hotel, so
4
portals. Yeah.
Do you think they are good or some bad or not?
You know what? They all have their own personalities. Happy ones, sad ones, children, mean ones, grouchy. Frank has strangled me twice, and
Do you think Frank's bad or good?
Or just kinky.
you know, and he tells me I liked it. He was supposed to be their bodyguard up here. This part of the hotel was added on to in 1910. The whole addition below us is the gentlemen's quarters. Only the men were allowed down there, smoking, drinking, gambling. And above here, though, originally was the living quarters for their in-house barber. Barber, Peter, had a 3-year-old named Rosie. Rosie, in 1911, walked across the street, and in the newspaper article it says she lifted up the lid and fell in. So she was almost 4, she was 3. Once she passed away, they didn't want to live here any longer, understandably. That's when they converted this area to a brothel. Okay, so that's why one room is dedicated to the 3-year-old, but we also have the 2 ladies of the evening up here dedicated.
And those 2 ladies are part of the prostitution
Yes.
up here? All 3 of these names, do they haunt this place?
Yes. Anna is the strongest of the 3.
Josh can attest to that.
Yes.
Wait, what? What, Josh?
Anna told me legit sounds crazy, but to like lay in her bed, and I did, and she touched my leg.
Oh, she's gonna get
On
me.
God.
Maddie sometimes will actually really focus in on
They look like they're 16, and that's why I'm like, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to deal with a little like, whoa, like, and their faces are all like, whoa, like they're totally, but they are literally just cute as a button. I just, I would love to follow them. I want them to go back, and I want to go with them because I feel like their excitement would make me less scared, right?
I feel like their excitement would bring the spirits out more.
Yeah. And I think that the in the article they said, skeptics are fine, but one of the reasons why they ask at the beginning is, are there any skeptics in the room, is because that the spirits are like, they're skeptics. No matter what we do, they're not going to believe it. Like, let's not even bother with them. So you may not get as much of a good night. Yeah. But that's why I was saying, like, I was like, so do you want to go? Like, we should totally go. Yeah. And you hear that child screeching. That's not an EVP. That's my son making a lot of noise.
I have a cousin that lives like in Pittsburgh.
I don't know how far that is. Okay, so finally, here are some. I'm going to put all of these links anyway in the show notes. And finally, here are some reviews of the people that stayed at the Shanley, that they left on TripAdvisor, which I think some of them are just really cute. This is from Kimberly. This is from June 2022. My husband and I stayed at the Shanley Hotel on our road trip to Maine on May 16th, 2022. We both had experiences. We were both touched, and we also caught a few EVPs on our digital voice recorder after we went to bed. We caught a little girl giggling. We both also physically heard, and we caught something growling. And we had the RAM pod in our room, Marguerite's room. I don't know what that is. And it was going off. My husband couldn't sleep. He has Parkinson's that causes him to have restless legs. So he went down to the great room and said he was hearing what sounded like footsteps going up and down the stairs and walking around the second floor. There was only us and one other couple in the hotel other than our guide. So there wasn't a bunch of people in the hotel, and everyone was in their rooms sleeping. This was around 2 or 3 a.m. And there was not any children in the hotel either. We're planning on going back in November for my birthday. So I wonder if she went back.
Oh, that's also my birthday.
I know, it's coming up. Your present still isn't here yet.
Oh, is it a surprise trip to the Shanley?
No, not yet. Oh, shit. Okay, so this is Laura B. The Shanley experience is legit. It's all in caps. Spent this past Saturday at the Shanley. I went with my best friend and 17-year-old niece. We intentionally did not watch videos prior to our visit. We didn't want to be influenced by other people's findings. What we experienced during our stay was authentic and compelling. Kelly and Stephanie were wonderful hosts and guides. Kelly's second family, in quotes, did not disappoint. If you love the paranormal, book right now. I think even skeptics would have a hard time not walking away with some questions. We haven't stopped talking about it. They're planning their next trip soon. Kyla says, great place to visit. My husband and I love all things paranormal. We actually caught a class on EVP from a man saying, caught a Class A EVP from a man saying, I died. But the best treat was the people that do the tours. They are amazing. I didn't believe in psychics until I met one of the tour guides. She came out of nowhere with specific and personal information about my husband and me, and I was blown away. Lori says, enjoy a nice piece of history. My partner and I recently stayed overnight along with my sister and her husband. And then I'm going to scooch back. There was a phantom doorbell, but they don't have a doorbell.
Oh.
So a doorbell rang. And they were like, oh, well, we don't have one of those. So that's nice. That's interesting. Tabby Life says, all I can say is, wow, this is the real deal. And she also didn't watch anything, and she wished she had. So that was just really funny. Anyway, nothing but incredible reviews for this place. You have to go, is all I'm saying. But this is the person that gave me the clue as to like, oh, that's why they got bad reviews in 2017 and 18 because of the owners before Kelly. Oh. So there were some bad reviews. Anyway, or 2016, 17, and that's before Kelly got it. And so now it's much, much better. The hotel itself is clean, well-maintained rooms, and the rooms themselves are cozy. There is an abundance of snacks and drinks for you to enjoy throughout the evening and a continental breakfast waiting for you in the morning. They give you all of their equipment, right? So this is, they felt like once they got away from the group and it was just the two of them, they felt like they didn't have as much experiences. And then they started to go back over their stuff when they got home, and they were blown away by what they captured they didn't see it or hear it in real time, but as they were going over all their stuff, they were like, holy shit.
So they let you keep all your recordings and
stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. So they were in the bordello, and while I was pulling out money to leave a couple of dollars as an offering, a female voice clearly says, new client. Then a male voice says, you ready? Shortly thereafter, and while I had my money in my hand, which included 3 $100 bills, the same female voice says, $200.
I'm not paying any spirit $300. I'm sorry.
I just think that's so great. I'm like, okay, if we go, I'm going to have money to just show. I think that's a great idea.
I'll have $1 bills. I'm not going to have three $100 bills.
You're going to keep your dollars.
Yeah.
They can't really take your money.
I don't know what they can and can't do.
So anyway, if you have interest in the paranormal, this is a must. I think that we need to plan a trip.
I just looked at, my cousin lives in Plattsburgh, New York, which is 3.5 hours from the hotel.
From the 3.5 hours? That's not bad.
At most. From the hotel. So.
Okay. And so when I actually pulled it up, I wasn't sure what to expect. I was like, this is it? Because it looks like
it doesn't look like anything. It looks like it's just another part of town. Like you would swap by it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so trippy. But I'm intrigued by it. I think that the amount of activity that is actually happening at the hotel is just something. Like,
I mean, for the size of it, to have that many spirits, they have to be like constantly over. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of space. It's not like a normal hotel that has like multiple floors.
There's
like
3 floors.
Yeah, but it's not like a lot of hotels have like 10, 11 floors. The ghosts are spread out, and these ghosts are like, bam.
like
In your
all
face.
in there, all up in there. And that's what like one of them said, like they stayed at the Biltmore and they did a ghost hunt there. And he was like, it's this huge grand location. And then they were like, this looks like nobody lives here. There was like a broken window, what I mean? Like I did the Google Street View, and I just like went down the side street, and then I was like, it's not even a block big, It's just so small. So it was it's a trip. I would like to go there.
I would love to go,
but we're not taking a Ouija board.
I mean, we may not take one.
They might have one ready.
One of us may take one.
But yeah, we need to call the medium too, because if we're gonna record it all, we gotta get him in on it. Anyway, so that's my story.
Yay! That was good. I want to go now.
Louis wants to go too. He's telling me it's bedtime.
Also, I remembered now what my personal issue. I've been thinking about it, and I was like, "What was my personal issue 2 weeks ago?"
Oh yeah,
I've been very obsessed with this the whole story.
Oh my god, she's like looking at me like not listening. Okay.
No, I was listening. I was terrified of children ghosts. I burnt the fuck out of my hand. Like I melted the skin off of it, and I guess my brain just like checked out. Well, now it's like the scars, like here, here. Right there where it's all pink. Like right here.
Louis doesn't like this. You hear him?
Right here. This just
Louis.
healed today, but I was frying something and I moved the pot wrong and the oil splashed out and just covered my hand, burnt the flesh off. The rest of it blistered. I had like a giant hole. I had to wear it was gross. I had to go and get it taken care of. And I had to wear like hydrogel. Anyway, so that was if for anyone that gives a shit or was still listening, that I couldn't remember what it was 2 weeks ago, but that's, my brain blocked it out. And the universe is really hilarious because if you look, you can't really see it right now, but it's an exclamation mark.
Is it a smiley face? No, it is an exclamation
It's
mark.
like here was one burn and this is like where the skin came off, and then down here was like a hole in my hand, and it formed an exclamation mark scar. So totes hilarious. It'll be a great reminder every day of my life from here on out. Anyways, that's
He's going nuts tonight.
He is.
I know. He's like, it's time to go to bed, Mama. Well, thanks everybody.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to say?
Like us, love us, share us, follow us,
love us,
send us stuff on Facebook. Story ideas, question of the week ideas, beer suggestions, hellos, whatever you feel like. Just love us.
We need love.
We need attention and we need love.
Anyway, I love all you guys. Sorry you've had to wait. Oh, he's so bizarre right now. He's just.
I've never seen him act like this.
I know he's. Oh,
sorry guys. There's a cat in the room, and
he's
just
going nuts. We're talking about the ghost cat and all the little ghost people, and he's like, "Oh, let's just talk about that."
So you remember, I'm alive and I'm here. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing next week. It'll be a fun surprise for all of us.
Yay! Okay.
And it'll be my birthday week, so you can send you can send. Oh, is it my birthday week? I don't know. My birthday is November 20th, so whatever week that is, you can send gift cards. Whatever.
Through the Facebook
payments.
All right, everybody. We will see you next week. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for coming back week after week, even when we have breaks. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.